Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead. God save the King.
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Monday, the 24th day of March in the year of our Lord 2025. It's powerful. I want to welcome my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, to Freedom March. Bradley, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, and thank God.
Well, folks, I've had a mysterious day as I prepare to go to surgery. And I happen to have been at a very sophisticated medical institution when lo and behold, Alison Maynard showed up. And it was phenomenal. As soon as she saw me, Alison Maynard, if I'm correct, she grabbed her nurse and she break off run in the doctor's office. So that's breaking news. I am very saddened by that because Alison is sick and I am sick. Both of us belong to the Holy Catholic Church. She's Anglican, I am Catholic. Certainly Alison and I could have spoken and perhaps prayed together. So I thought I'd tell that to you because it's on my mind. Then yesterday, I traveled to a secret location in Cable Beach to see the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram. He was surrounded by quite a number of multicultural citizens. It's powerful. We had one or two secret talks, and he indicated to me that a particular issue which I raised with him, he didn't want to discuss it at that point. I suspect there were too many people listening to us. I'll tell you about it. And in the midst of the conversation, I got a shock of my life when the former Prime Minister raised the name of the Chief Executive Officer of this organization. And as is my practice, I do not discuss them publicly, but it was exciting to hear what the former Prime Minister had to say. As the Spirit moves me, I'll talk to the CEO and see whether or not he would give me leave to discuss what the Prime Minister, former Dohibi, as Hubert Ingram, had to say about Sabbats. It was powerful.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. PTC customers claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Tired of unreliable service and stressful renovations? Olympian Granite is here to make it easy. We offer a stunning selection of countertops in colors you won't find anywhere else. Complete your dream design with our cabinets, faucets, and sinks, all in one place. Bring us a quote and we'll match or beat it. Ask about our special offer to get 10% off your purchase. Call Olympian Granite 361-0100.
Who are the boss for dancer?
International events and production. Alive, Bahamas Air, Everybody Wins Live, and Field of Vibes Bahamas Weekend presents
the Evolution Concert on Saturday, March 29th at Clifford Park, featuring Vibes Cartel and Friends.
Bahamas, Nassau, where is Saturday the 29th of March?
It's one of the biggest events to hit the shores of Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready for Adi the Teacher, the Dancehall King, aka the World Boss, Vibes Cartel.
Real bad man, no Magdalena shot.
Log into our official airline Bahamas Air for travel specials. It gets better. We're also giving away a brand new Cybertruck.
And up to $50,000 in cash and prizes at the concert. Compliments of Everybody Wins Live.
Log into our website, feelthevibesweekend.com.
For tickets, tables, skyboxes, and more info.
Visit Ticket Flair or email intlevents242@gmail.com.
WhatsApp or call 1242-808-2369.
I remember Cartel, I got it.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, and we'll go straight to my spiritual advisor because the United States authorities have just intercepted a huge vessel with approximately 257 kilos of cocaine. Some man by the name of James Edward White. He lives in Florida. When they intercepted him, he is alleged to have told the U.S. authorities he just came from Grand Bahama and all he got on board is plenty cocaine. We'll talk about it. I don't know why we are taking cocaine into the United States. It's a new day and Trump will catch us. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you, behold the Bahamian people.
Thank you so much, Santa. So listen again, we're thanking God for another week, and I will continue to speak to show you there is a huge difference between the Old and New Testament. Make no mistake about it, we are now under a new law, and that law is the law of Christ. So the old law, the Ten Commandments, it had a purpose, and when it served that purpose, it ended. So let's look at Galatians 3:19-25. I know this is a very deep, exhaustive study, so give me some time and I'll have it all unraveled for you. Just got to follow me now, okay? So today we're going to look at the purpose of the law. The law had a purpose. And what was that purpose? In Galatians chapter 3, 19 and 25, the Apostle Paul wrote to the church of Galatia, and he says, listen, wherefore then serveth the law? Or in essence, what purpose did the law serve? It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. Now this promise was made 430 years before this law was given. And I'm going to look at that tomorrow. I'm going to show you this promise. So the law served the purpose. It was added because of transgression, which is sin, until the seed should come to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Now, a mediator is not a mediator of one, but God is one. Now, is the law then against the promise of God? We're going to look at that promise tomorrow. God forbid. For if there had been a law given which could have given life, verily righteousness should have come, or should have been by that law. So obviously the law could not make you right. No righteousness could have come by that law. All right? And if it was so, that law of righteousness would have been given. So flipping over to verse number 22, keep following me now. But the scripture had concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Jesus Christ might be given to them that believe. But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore, the law was our schoolmaster to bring us to Christ, that we may be justified by faith. But after faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. You see there? Wherefore, the law was our schoolmaster. It was a tutor to bring us to Christ, that we may be justified by faith. But after faith come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. Galatians 3, 19 to 25. We're going to go at it again tomorrow. But here's the passage you can take a look at in your spare time. And tell your preacher to call me, please, 814-6096. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
So, folks, we are receiving reports out of the United States of America that a man has been arrested in the state of Florida. He reportedly told law enforcement agents that he had just arrived out of the Bahamas. In fact, he came from Grand Bahama. Now, what I find very upsetting about this smuggling is it was alleged that he should have been smuggling people. And instead of smuggling the people them, he decided he would smuggle cocaine. And of course, he has been arrested, and I'll go to my spiritual advisor so that he can read to you the latest. Bradley, are you ready?
Yeah, so what I'm reading, we're going to have to get confirmation. This is what is being alleged, okay? A man was arrested with 253 kilos of cocaine as he left the Bahamas and entered into Florida. So, a U.S. Coast Guard crew intercepted a man near Port Everglades, smuggling more than 250 kilograms worth of cocaine from the Bahamas over the weekend. According to federal criminal complaint, the complaint states that crews stopped the boat. It is a 36-foot Sea Ray named Bella Vita for a seaworthiness inspection, and as it entered the Port Everglades channel around 6:40 p.m. on Saturday evening. So investigator says James Edward White, 35, of Miami Gardens, was the only person on board. A U.S. Coast Guard investigator special service agent wrote that the crew found multiple suitcases in the vessel's downstairs living quarters, and White told them that he was coming from the Bahamas and had drugs on board. Authorities say they found 253 individually wrapped bricks of cocaine weighing approximately 1 kilogram each, and according to figures posted by .org, that would place the total street value at approximately $7 million. So the complaint states that White said he was working for a known alien and narcotic smuggler who told him that he would be picking up migrants, but instead this boat was loaded with drugs when he picked it up. He picked it up in Nassau.
Okay. He picked it up in Nassau?
Yeah, from here.
Okay. So that is the breaking news that we are having. It should have been people, but apparently the new strategy is you tell the captain it's people, and then you load it up with cocaine.
With drugs, wow.
Well, President Trump is going to catch all of y'all, okay? As simple as that. He's going to catch y'all. Some of y'all are going to go to jail for a long time, and there are others he may send to El Salvador. But it's my hope that he will send most of you back to the Bahamas. So that is breaking news taking place. Well, today I had to go to a medical institution in preparation for my surgery, and it was shocking to see a Negro woman who looks exactly like Allison Maynard. She had the same sophistication, the same low-cut hair, and she had little light skin. And the only difference is she was accompanied by a nurse. That was the only thing that had me jealous. I said, goodness me, Allison got a whole nice, if only I had me, a nurse, because at my age I could use a nurse. And when Allison saw me, she break off run into the doctor's office. And so as she broke off run, I then told Marcus, open up the front door, let me get out of here, because, you know, Allison them is safe. So I thought I'll tell that to you. I thought Allison was terrible. If she and I end up at a beautiful medical institution, she must have been shocked to see that I was at this very sophisticated institution, but she shouldn't be upset. It's Sabat's money, I spent it, okay? And that's what money it is. And since Sabat paid for it, I was able to go to this wonderful place, and the next thing I know, Allison is go there. So since Allison is go there, it means that I must have been to a very, very sophisticated medical institution. So as you pray for me, I want you to pray for Allison Maynard, because clearly, from my observation, something wasn't right. And I'm certain it wasn't her bringing the nurse to see the professional. It looked more as if the nurse brought her. So we have to pray for Allison, because, you know, we are all old. Allison old, you know. Yeah, Allison old. Allison born about in 1958. So she's old, and old people is get sick. So let's pray for Allison. Let's pray for me. And that is powerful. Well, yesterday was Sunday, and the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram has a practice of meeting at a secret location. And I decided, having not seen him for a long time, and in preparation to go into hospital, I decided that I had to see Papa, because there were one or two medical questions that I wanted to ask him, so that I would know exactly how to row should my surgery be successful, and I survived it. So there were so many people there, and it was clear to me that certain conversation, Ingram did not want everybody to see it. So I pulled a very interesting maneuver. He sat in a chair, almost like if he was sitting in a throne. And I wore a very huge shirt, and I had on no t-shirt. And so as I drew near, I said to him, I'm going to show you something. And I opened my shirt, and he was able to see me half naked. He would have seen me naked from my head to my waist, and I closed it, and he seems to have been shocked. I said, remember this, Papa, you and I will get together on it. So it was an exciting meeting, and what I like about it, even in retirement, Papa's active. There are people who remember his leadership, and they come to see Papa. And there were many persons whom I have identified that during the reign of Papa, Papa never gave them nothing, but they loved Papa, and they show up, and they had a wonderful, wonderful conversation. But in the course of me talking to Papa, when I got directly in the front of him, and I opened my shirt, Papa began to question me about the CEO. It was a very powerful political statement, and I instinctively, I decided I wouldn't comment on the politics. I didn't know those things that Papa told me politically, great things. Everything was positive, but I didn't know. So I listened to Papa. I said, Papa, I didn't know these things. And Papa told me all sorts of political secret. So now I have an excuse to go and look for Sabbats. Because here I am waking, and something got to be wrong for Papa to be telling me all these things, and Sabbats has never told me. So I have to go and see him secretly, ask him if what Papa said politically is true. The most I'm about to say is Papa has described him like a political strategist. That is as much as I will say for the day, until such time as I get clearance. After all, I am working for the man. And as Papa was talking, I did say to Papa, Papa, do you not know that I'm working for Sabbats? It was then that Papa gave me a set of philosophy. I didn't know that, so it's very interesting what Papa said. But let me talk with Sabbat privately, and depending on what he says, I'll come here and tell you all what Papa said. It's the first time since I've been working here, and I've been here for 8 years, that Papa has ever raised Sabbat's question. And as he raised the question, it dawned on me that election is in the air. It's powerful. So my spiritual advisor, we have that drug smuggling, and then we had the, how should I describe him? The former chief superintendent, Curtis, him and the chief petty officer of the Defense Force, former Dohi B, and 2 Colombians, according to U.S. prosecutor. They wrote the U.S. government a letter, and according to the prosecutor, they wish to cut a deal. So they're going to cut a deal as opposed to allowing the case to proceed.
All right, the case is supposed to start Wednesday the 26th, right? And so the prosecutor is asking the district attorney for the Southern District of New York. He's petitioned the judge for a 60-day adjournment in the case of a senior. You already mentioned these fellows' name, right? Now here's what they thinking they may do. They're considering a plea deal. Now what does that mean? What's a plea deal?
According to the prosecutor, they have written the prosecutor requesting a plea deal.
Really? So they are going to do it?
Yeah.
I thought they were just considering it.
Oh, no. They've been given 60 days so that they can study the United States government case against them. And so this is what is going on.
So why would they want to go this route rather than going to the trial?
Well, the trial could take long. You could end up, if you're convicted, being sentenced to prison for 30 years. If you negotiate, you could say to the Americans, give me a couple of years and I'll talk.
So
I'll tell you who all involved. You follow?
So the plea deal basically would more or less cut their time.
It could cut their times.
Would the lawyer then tell them what they're up against? Like if they're convicted?
That is why they will see the evidence, all the videotape, all the tape, and all the maneuvering that took place.
What if their lawyer tell them not to cut it? Don't cut no deal, man. I think you could win this case.
Well, then they would go to trial, and after they're convicted, they would go to jail for a long time. Okay? So this is what is going on, because the evidence that the American has according to an international source, is so overwhelming. And so, perhaps when we come back, we would read the article to see precisely what this is. But it's very overwhelming. And Curtis, who is a former chief superintendent in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, he would know better that you should cut a deal, because after all, he used to work for the Americans.
What guarantee is there when you decide to do a plea deal? Are there any guarantees?
Yeah, you agree. You say, listen, I'll plead guilty. How much years you can give me? The Americans may say, we'll give you 20 years. He may come back and say, no, I want less. Then the Americans might say, call some names. You follow?
Wow.
So he might decide to call names, and all he has to do is just call names. You could say Jeremiah, Hezekiah, Malachi, and the Americans will see whether or not they accept it or reject it.
But I'm understanding. Oh, okay. Yeah.
When we come
on
back,
the next side,
we shall continue to examine this, because this is a powerful case, and the Americans are now cutting deals, okay? And I don't think Curtis them will go to jail for a long time. They want to come home, and depending on how they cooperate, they could be home for Christmas. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. You'll be right
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
This segment of Freedom March is brought to you by Modernistic Garden and Pet Supply. For top quality dog food, shop online at modernisticgarden.com or visit our Palmdale, Carmichael, and Mullet Marathon locations today.
Welcome back to Freedom March. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and he shall pay some bills. Bradley?
Thank you. Are your dogs hungry and tired of low-quality dog food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands. Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anukshuk at the lowest prices in town. On a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49, and for a limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality. Your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online. Hurry, offer won't last. All right, thank you, Belusa.
This is powerful, my spiritual advisor. So, folks, when we took the adjournment, we did inform you that the United States authorities has arrested a citizen. It is alleged he's a citizen who smuggled over 253 bags of cocaine, bricks of cocaine into the U.S. We are told now that he would have taken it from the capital, that's New Providence, and instead the deal was that he should have picked up some human traffickers or human smugglers. Human beings.
Yeah, some Negroes, baby.
But instead, it's cocaine. And so he is arrested, and we expect to see what will happen there. In addition to that, the former chief superintendent of police, that's Mr. Curtis, who has been charged with a former Defense Force petty officer, Roker, and two Colombians. They have written a letter to the U.S. Prosecutor for the District of New York, in which they want to cut a deal. So the American is giving them 60 days, giving them all of the intelligence, all of the video, all of the tape recording, all of the secret pictures showing the various payments, and then they will negotiate. So depending on how this negotiation materializes, they could be home for Christmas, and by avoiding the prosecution, it will prevent an all-out, trial. So this is what is taking place, my spiritual advisor. You want to look at the note here and read it.
So, oh, sorry about that. Sound I touched something. I don't know.
Okay, let me help you. Yeah.
That's it there? Take the thing off the side.
You start from the top and take your finger and roll up. How does it sound? This is great.
Okay,
there it
great.
is.
So a U.S. District Attorney suggests Curtis, Roker, and others considering a plea deal. So the United States District Attorney for the Southern District of New York has petitioned a judge for a 60-day adjournment in the case of a senior Bahamian police officer and a former Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer who are both accused of involvement in a conspiracy to import cocaine into America. So the acting U.S. Attorney Matthew Podolsky noted that his March the 21st letter was submitted with the consent of defendants, Chief Superintendent Elvis Nathaniel Curtis and former Royal Bahamas former Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer Darren Alexander Roker, Bahamian William Simeon, and Luis Fernando Arucho Toro, a Colombian. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. So the letter's been submitted?
Yeah, it has been submitted. The Americans can be accused of fishing. They're fishing, so this is what is happening here. And of course, depending on how this goes, the men can be home. Okay?
You think it's that easy?
Yeah, man. The Americans are good at cutting deal, you know.
Yeah.
They are very good at cutting deals. So I thought we will tell you about that. What else are we going to tell them, my spiritual advisor? There has been
a suicide attempt.
Okay.
Was it an attempt or did the man commit suicide? I think it's a 73-year-old male, if I'm not mistaken, who may have attempted, boy, I tell you, to take his life. This is very unfortunate.
What is so unfortunate?
Again, we have, another person who is seeking a permanent solution for a temporary problem. So police say a 79-year-old man from Abaco, he tried to take his life. Yesterday, police said the incident happened around 7 a.m. in the man's home. So police said a relative found him after he inflicted injuries to his abdomen with a sharp object. He was taken to the Marsh Harbor Health Center and later airlifted to Providence for further medical attention.
So he's not dead?
He's 79.
Well,
I mean, he can't wait. I mean,
no, don't say that. Essentially,
80.
you have to understand what is happening in the country. In addition to mental health challenges, there are people who are ill physically. They're not getting the proper medical attention. They do not have relatives to perhaps give them medicine. There are no community nurses perhaps in their area. So people in their frustration are committing suicide. That's basically what it is. This can be a very uncaring, unloving society. So let's note what it is. Mental health issues. Health issues. You can be in such great pain and it is difficult to get to the hospital. It is difficult to get the medical attention you need. And so there are people who are who are committing suicide. So that's very sad, it's very unfortunate, but that is what exists in our society, all right? That is what exists in our society.
Producer, we have that You're Not Alone flyer. I think it's from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You're not alone, so you need to talk to somebody. If for some strange reason you feel like suicide is on your mind, there is suicide prevention, and it's everybody's business. So please, we got the Crisis Center on Shirley Street, 328-0922. You have the police emergency, 919 or 911. And of course, there's the Adolescent Health Center, School Lane. The telephone number is 328-3248. So please, remember, don't take your life. Taking your life is permanent. The problem is temporary. Reach out to someone. You are not alone. Talk to somebody who would then, probably have those words that you need to hear to stay you through whatever issues you may be going through. So don't forget the Crisis Center, Shirley Street, that's 328-0922. Police emergency, which is 919 or 911. And of course, the Adolescent Health Center, School Lane, 328-3248. All right. Thanks so much, producer.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Put the name on Rodney. I got to take an emergency call.
Well, folks, you would recall that perhaps it was on Thursday of last week, I criticized the National Lesbian Organization. They had participated in a march involving baby children, and they had some very scandalous placards on the baby children. Well, I wish to announce that having criticized them,
they have done two things on their website. One, they have moved the infant because it's child abuse, and I would want to hope that the police is not matching with lesbians when they are abusing these children. That's the first thing I would want to hope is not happening. And then secondly, a Negro woman who also had a very offensive placard, they've now covered her Negro face. So this is the power of the media. When you expose them and shame them, they will do the right thing. So I thought I'll tell you that the lesbian group, okay? Now there's an interesting article that appeared in the paper that I found rather disturbing. You would recall that in the United States, Elon Musk, he is President Trump cutter. He's the man who's cutting the bureaucracy. And one of the things that he has cut is U.S. aid. And this, according to the Americans, it's not me, it's me listening to the Americans on YouTube. U.S. aid has been an aid which was full of gimmicks and gangsterism. And President Donald Trump is trying to save and to prevent the mass forgery. Now, in one of our local papers, I got a shock of my life when I discovered that U.S. aid was financing IRCA. And I never knew that. I never knew that Carlton Martin, I apologize, he's an attorney at law. Carlton Smith, what's your friend's son name? Warren McCartney. And all of these fellas, they have been financing IRCA. And that seems to be scandalous. That Donald Trump now has cut off the money. And I understand that they will soon be asking what happened to this money and where this money came from. So I thought it was very interesting because I didn't know we were getting U.S. aid in the Bahamas. So apparently U.S. aid is here in the Bahamas, and IRCA, goodness me, what IRCA doing getting U.S. aid? Anyway, that's what I wanted to draw to your attention. Did you see that, my spiritual advisor?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I did not see. So we were getting U.S. aid from where? I mean, from the United States, but which organization?
It's called U.S. Aid, and they have been financing IRCA.
For what? Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the thing
that ain't bad then.
Yeah, it's bad.
IRCA is something good. We need IRCA.
What IRCA need money for to get into electricity?
Oh, that's what they're doing?
Huh? If U.S. aid got any money, they should give it to JoBeth Colby so she can use that for electricity. That is what I thought. But all kind of things has been going on in the country. But praise the Lord, Donald Trump has brought that to an end. And who knows, perhaps later on we might be able to get the money after they are satisfied that there's no skullduggery, because Elon Musk say it's a bunch of forgery that was taking place. I don't know, because I even didn't know we were receiving the money. Okay? Well, there is a dispute going on between Sir Franklin Wilson and the Free National Movement. And Sir Franklin Wilson is accusing the FNM leader of skullduggery. I thought that is very important. I'm trying to find the story because I think we need to hear what Sir Franklin has to say. Yeah, let's see if we can find this story. Government LNG terminal to save. Oh, that's the Attorney General. No, that's not the one I want. Just bear with me, folks, because it's a nice little row between Sir Franklin and the
FNM. So it looks like I'm not going to find that today, my spiritual advisor, and I had it a few minutes ago. So if I don't find that, I'll have to go to another topic. Yeah. Just bear with me, folks. Let's see. It's not here. One more time. Pintard blasted for LNG deal. Criticism. Focal Holdings chairman has accused the opposition leader of, quote, political gimmickry, end quote, and petty foolishness, end quote, over his demand for greater disclosure and transparency on the government's energy reforms. Sir Franklin Wilson told Tribune Business that Michael Pintard had said, quote, nothing of substance, end quote, in his call for the Davis administration to provide more and better details, including pricing and terms for its liquefied natural gas supply and regasification deal with BISX, listed Focal and Shell. And according to Marco City MP, of engaging in the same old immaturity with his concerns and criticism, Sir Franklin asserted that the $180 million fuel cost savings that the government energy reforms will achieve in the fullness of time are very real, arguing that it was unrealistic to expect the government to disclose all relevant information on the same day and the deal on the same day that the deal was signed. The Focal chief voiced optimism that all energy-related reforms will ultimately be tabled in Parliament. You have any talk about that? Sir Franklin says that you can't expect transparency so quickly. What are your views?
No, I'm going to get in that.
Really?
No. Leave that alone, man.
You're not going to support Michael? You don't think Michael was right to demand immediate transparency?
But you won't get it. I mean...
I'm only asking.
Yeah. He's right. But you won't get it, though. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know?
He said it would be tabled in the Parliament.
Okay. Well, let's see. Okay.
Okay. But you're not interested in this?
No.
What is your conflict?
There's no conflict.
Yes, you have a conflict.
There's no conflict.
What is your conflict?
You just keep... People just talking about this stuff over and over and over again and nothing has happened, so let's see where it goes.
Okay.
Let's just see where it goes.
I want folks to know that my spiritual advisor do have a conflict and he should always disclose it.
Yeah.
Okay? You do have a conflict, right?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, let's leave it. Well, since you don't have a conflict, I'll let you choose the next topic.
Did we deal with the suicide issue?
You may talk suicide. Which one you want to deal with? The woman or the man?
Hold on, I'm on TV. I'm on TV, man. All right? Hold on. What do we want to do, Santa, is we need to discuss suicide. Because we're trying to figure out the reality of this and why there's so many people resorting to it.
Okay.
Rather than trying to get,
Well, I told you
the help that they need. But you keep saying that
to provide this help. Who's to provide this help?
Family, friends.
Families are not providing it. Families are not providing it. So who is to provide it?
What makes you think the family's not providing it?
Well, give me a family that is provided.
Well, I can't say, but I'm just saying, why would we think families are providing it?
Okay. So you want to suggest that family is providing
Family
it?
should provide it.
Okay.
They probably are. Close relatives besides family, friends. You have your immediate family, and of course you get extended family. Church members, the community. There's always TV and social media that can help people who, maybe contemplating suicide. But it's just that there's just been so much suicide lately.
So the question is, what is causing it?
That's a good question, Sandra.
But I've told
the pressures of this life.
I told you it is mental health and physical health. There are people in our society who need medical assistance. They're not getting it. They're not getting it.
So who are you?
If you are sick,
so we gotta blame the government for something.
If you are sick, whoever you want to blame, I have no problem with that. If you are sick, but you are unable to get health care, where does it leave you?
No, that's interesting.
Huh?
Because you need the health care.
Where does it leave you? If you have mental health challenges, you're walking along the street, you stink and dirty, who will assist you? There is no organization in the country that moves about, see people unkept, uncared for, smelling bad, obviously with mental health issues, and move them to assist them.
Try clean them up.
When you try it, the groups will say that you are violating human rights. So you see, we have to decide how we are going to deal with the matter.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your church. You remember you said that your church would provide rooms. You got a big
counseling, man.
church.
Counseling.
What about people need bedroom? Should we not convert all Christian denominations into bedrooms?
Well, that's their meeting place,
a church in the back of Cowpen Road. I've never seen a church like this. This is a 2-story church. And as I climb up to the first story, it dawned on me they would make some beautiful bedrooms. Now, I wasn't prepared to say that to the pastor there. But as I climbed the stairs and I saw all them beautiful little tabernacles.
So it's a huge church building.
I've never seen a 2-story church.
The building is huge.
It's a 2-story building.
Yeah.
And so it would be the perfect place to open up an Airbnb. Right?
Well,
but now you see the country, what you see that would create.
What you mean? Well, it's a meeting place where people go to worship, right? And there are some church buildings that are huge, and they do have rooms. They do. But with that now, that's going to call for another kind of service. Because you're offering rooms, then you have to take care of the person. You got to feed them. You got to clothe them.
You want me to give you a room?
And so now you're going to need some kind of funding.
There is a pastor. Pastor has a beautiful complex. Notwithstanding that he is saved, his wife is saved, everybody in the family is saved. They decided that if anybody is to live in there, miles to the road, they got to pay for it. But take it from me, it is a beautiful sanctuary. But they rent it to the government. And I suspect that they rent it to the government because they realize the kingdom is not yet at hand.
No, the kingdom been here a long time, Sandra.
Well, if they accepted that...
The kingdom has been here, she's from 8033.
If they accepted that...
The kingdom came with power on the day of Pentecost,
so if they accepted that, they would let people live... Yeah, but it's a beautiful place. Would you like to see it? Huh?
Yeah, I'd like to see it, yeah.
It's beautiful. You hear me? It's beautiful, it's beautiful. And every time I pass it, there's a bunch of women and children. And when they hail me, I ask them, what y'all doing here? And then they show me this beautiful place. And they say, Father owned this. And Father got it on rent. And let me tell you something. The government will pay Father because Father don't mess around. Okay? You hit me? Take it from me. Father does not mess around. It is beautiful, and once those young women move in it, fathers can't get them out. All right? Take it from me. I know what I'm talking about. Because the last time Father tell them the government ain't paid no rent, they started cursing the priest. You don't believe that, eh?
Take it from me. It's beautiful. So therein lies the problem that we are faced with.
Now, another thing we could look at and address. Over the weekend, there's been a couple of traffic fatalities.
Yes, there has been.
And over the last few weeks, there's been a number of traffic fatalities.
Yes.
So now, obviously, something is going on. Our people are not using these roadways as safely as
What
they
do you
could.
suggest?
People
My
need
boy was driving 2:30 in the morning. He literally had the road to himself. There was hardly anybody on the
So
street.
speed? You think speed was a factor?
He was speeding.
Okay. So the motto is this: speed does not shorten the road. I think that's what happens. We think that the more you speed, the shorter the road is going to be.
Well, if you're
No.
speeding, you get to your destination quicker.
Yeah, but it doesn't shorten the road. Sometimes it shortens your life.
Okay.
So just remember that speed does not shorten the road.
And what does that mean?
It will shorten your life. What it means now is that you need to take this extra precaution to make sure you operate and use the roadway safely.
Okay.
It is what it is.
That's what it is, right? You all heard the spiritual advisor?
Speed does not shorten the road, it's shortening your life.
This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and Bradley is ready for birthday.
We got some birthdays
Go ahead,
today. March the
Special
24th, Suzette Hannah. Happy birthday. Sorry, happy belated birthday going out to Miss Suzette Hannah, who celebrates a special day on Saturday. Love and greetings coming from my dad, siblings, nieces, nephews, and friends, especially Latoya, Tamika, Shauna, and the rest of the crew. Happy birthday, Suzette Hannah. Tamika Brown is celebrating her 45th birthday. Tamika Brown, also known as Tootsie, who is celebrating her birthday today. Greetings is coming from your children, your parents, your family and friends, especially Teresa and your sisters, Deli, Sharika and Shauna. So happy birthday to Tamika Brown. Mario Roll to celebrate the birthday. Mario Roll is it's coming from your wife Anita, your children McQuell and Mario Jr., Rian, Randia, and Shay. They love you dearly. Have an awesome birthday. He is an awesome husband and father. Blessings to him on a special day. Do enjoy your day, Mario. God bless you. Happy birthday to Mario Roll. Sorry? Danielle? Oh, Lael. Okay, Lael Thompson. Birthday greeting goes out to Lael Alma Maria Thompson, celebrating 4 years, coming from the Happy Thompson bunch. Her parents, LaSalle and Felicia Thompson, grandparents, Andrew and Lillis Thompson, aunts, Andis and Andronique, uncles, LeVar and Leando, cousins, Andre, Amir, Alyssa, Lauren, Landon, and Leanne. God bless you. Continue to cover you. So happy birthday to Lael Thompson. Let's see who else. Gail Gibson is having a birthday. Happy birthday to Minister Gail Gibson, and congratulations on her ordainment coming in from family and friends, especially siblings Renee, Eddie, and enjoy your day. Shauna Francis, happy birthday to Shauna Francis in Nassau, coming from her grandmother, Enid Francis in Freeport. All right, so happy birthday to Shauna Francis. Anything else? Any other birthdays? That's it, eh?
That's it, my spiritual advisor. I want to join the spiritual advisor in wishing each and every one of you a happy, happy birthday. And on Sunday, when I went to see the former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham, I ran into two young people, a brother and a sister, whose parents permitted them to come out of a truck to salute me. Please forgive me, I'm 68. I didn't write your name down, but you know who you are. I salute both of you, and when you have time, text me your name. It's powerful. So, my spiritual advisor, what topic you want to choose?
I don't know. We could choose any topic.
Go ahead, choose the topic.
I can't figure out. Well, the Deputy Prime Minister.
Yes.
Says he thinks the PLP deserves. No, what is he saying? He's asking for a second term?
Yeah, the PLP should.
So how does that work?
It's very easy.
Don't say it easy now, Sandro. Don't say it easy.
You ask a question, and without me offering an explanation, you stop me.
Now, who's going to determine whether or not they get the second time?
It's the people there.
Right.
So, how do you get a second term? The people will evaluate you based on
your performance,
performances, and they will also evaluate you based on your new proposal.
What are they supposed to do if they're elected for the next?
Well, they want to continue unfinished policies. For instance, the government is committed to building more homes. There are thousands of Bahamians who are in search of homes. On Saturday, I became aware that the Bank of the Bahamas had a
mortgage fair, right?
A mortgage fair taking place.
So the Bank of the Bahamas is getting involved in mortgages now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So this is like a new thing for them?
No, it's an old thing. And so
one of the things that I did, because I have many citizens who send me texts asking me to send it to their MPs requesting homes. And so one of the things I did on Saturday morning was to call them and say, listen, go to the Bank of the Bahamas right here on JFK University Boulevard and participate and make your application, because the Bank of the Bahamas has plenty good homes. And I want Bahamians to go to their website, check it out, and make the application. But back to Chester Cooper, he knows that there are thousands of Bahamians who need housing, and without state sponsor of housing, you will not have it as much. Just on Sunday, I had a Negro man came to see me, and he wanted to know if I know Sir Franklin Wilson. So I asked him, who Sir Franklin Wilson is he referring to? He said, the tycoon, the major landowner and housing contractor. So I told him, yes, I know Sir Franklin. He said, man, ask Sir Franklin to give me one of them house. So I said, well, can you find $10,000? Because I'm certain that Sir Franklin would want anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000. And he said to me, if Sir Franklin was to tell him that he could have one of them houses, he will find the deposit. So I told him I haven't spoken to Sir Franklin since Sir Franklin and I discussed Hubert Ingram. I better not talk that. That's the last time that I spoke with Sir Franklin Wilson. We were discussing Hubert Ingram and analyzing him, and I got a shock in my life. I didn't know Sir Franklin loved Mr. Ingram like that. So I haven't called him, but I promised the Negro man that I will call Sir Franklin, because according to him, he saw Sir Franklin building some house in the Linden Pinling subdivision. So I said, yeah, I know Sir Franklin. I'm gonna ask him. So if anybody sees Sir Franklin Wilson, tell him I need one of the houses for one of the man them, and that would be powerful. So that is what Chester is talking about. And then, of course, we are learning.
But he has heavily criticized the Free National.
What does he say?
Movement for lacking unity. So obviously, if they feel that the Free National movement is a split group.
Okay. Well, Papa did talk to me partially about the F&M, and I give Papa a wonderful excuse, and then he gave me a wonderful proposition. So this is powerful. What is he saying? What is Chester saying about the F&M?
Well, you know, and that's something the F&M is going to have to defend, because along with not being unified, they don't have a plan.
Okay.
So I guess he's saying the PLP may be the party of choice for the next general election. But we'll see which way the people go.
Isn't that a wonderful proposition that Chester is making?
Yeah, I know. Anything is wonderful to you once it's tearing down the Free National movement. You know what I mean?
Where has the F&M been torn down?
Well, the mere fact that he says the Free National movement lacks unity, he's saying they don't qualify to be elected for the next government.
In the last general election, Papa didn't put on a red shirt.
We're not worrying about that.
That's very important.
Well,
Papa didn't put on a red shirt. No, that's crucial. Papa didn't put on a red shirt, nor did I wear my red shirt.
Well, you didn't have to do that. Everybody knows you're PLP. So.
Well, what was Papa?
He's F&M.
Okay, and he didn't put on his red shirt.
Well,
right?
He did that for a reason.
What color shirt did Papa put on?
He had on white.
What does white mean?
It means he gave up. He gave up.
He surrendered to Philip Brave Davis and the PLP. And they took it in safely.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that powerful?
Oh, boy, I tell you.
Papa may as well continue to surrender to Philip Brave Davis and the PLP. Because interestingly enough, I don't want to talk it, Papa had so many PLPs at his round table. And it was powerful, very powerful indeed. So what else did Chester Cooper say, my spiritual advisor?
That was just it on the front page. I didn't go into any details.
You didn't go into details?
No,
I got
no,
the story here if you want to read it, you know.
Yeah, get it then.
Yeah. Essentially, the PLP, there are many things that the PLP needs to achieve. And the record will show not since Pinling and Ingram had more than 2 times. 1 time is not enough to achieve an objective. And as you can see, the PLP is now pursuing science. We are pursuing space. My uncle's granddaughter, she's leading the charge in interspace activities, which has the potential to create space tourism and bring in millions of dollars into the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Isn't that a wonderful thing?
Yeah, that is anyhow. Let's leave that. But that isn't working. All right.
Be careful. You are a descendant of the forest.
Yeah, but
and these are forest people.
That's a failed project, to be honest.
That is not true.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars has been made.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Millions of dollars.
So where the money went?
How do you mean where the money went? Where does money normally go?
Well, go to the consolidated fund.
Or to the bank.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyhow, there's an interesting post on social media where apparently the organization responsible for governance invites the public to a virtual town hall on the Freedom of Information Act. This is interesting. This is going to be held Thursday, March the 27th, 2025. Now, where's the venue for this? Your vote matters. Join the conversation on your right to know and learn how to access information which can empower you. Okay. So where's this town hall meeting going to be held? Does it say?
Well, you're reading the article, my spiritual advisor. Does it say? And is it being led by the retired Justice of the Supreme Court?
Let's
is it?
See.
Is it being led by him?
This says the organization.
Find me the picture of His Lordship Justice Keith Thompson, who heads the, what is the name of that board? The Public Disclosure Bill. The F&M left him in charge for 5 solid years. Is that Justice Keith
Thompson?
Thompson?
Yeah, that's right there.
Okay. Well, His Lordship, the F&M left him in charge for 5 years, and His Lordship wouldn't call one meeting. His Lordship wouldn't give out one document. It's amazing. This game the F&M pulled. All they did is give him a 5-year contract, and that contract is so tight, it is so sophisticated that the PLP can't break it. Because after all, he's a former judge of the Supreme Court, and it would look terrible to touch the contract of His Lordship. But that's what the F&M leave him to do. What else?
Right. Now, I got some information.
Go ahead.
Now, something is going on at the hospital.
The Princess Margaret Hospital?
Yeah, I'm understanding that the hospital food is being cooked at the University of Bahamas. They're using their facilities to cook the food. Now, I'm trying to figure out, now when the food is cooked, how are they going to transport all that food?
That's easy. You put it in a
But by the time
vehicle.
they get to the hospital, it can be cold.
Yeah, that's easy.
Well, why is the government hospital using University of Bahamas facilities?
Because the kitchen is not in a proper state.
Oh, the kitchen have issues.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They have to transport that food from UB to the hospital.
When I was in hospital,
how the food taste?
And I told them I was hungry, the nurse said, "You have to wait till the college finishes cooking it."
Really?
Yeah.
So these people that cook the food, these are contracted people, or these people on staff at the Public Hospital Authority?
I would want to think, you see, this is how I look at it. If food is being cooked at the university, who's in charge of the university?
Johnny and Horde, eh? No, they have a new president now.
Janine can't cook Bahamian food.
So Allison could.
Allison would be the chef, and take it from me. Allison could cook. All right. I happened to have been in hospital, and they had me on the private ward. And when I got up, I said to nurse, ain't no little food here, I'm hungry. So she said, Mr. Munker, we're waiting for the university. And that sounds so great to me. I said, the university? She said, yeah, the University of Bahamas. Oh, I said, okay. So the university, they cooked for us, and it was nice. Yeah.
Oh boy, but they're having some serious issues.
Well,
they need to fix the hospital, man.
Do you know who left the hospital?
That's a big inconvenience, though.
Do you know who left the hospital in that state?
Who did it?
Us. The F&M. We left in that state. Papa and I discussed the hospital yesterday. I'm not saying everything that Papa say. Papa discussed it. There was something that Papa said that he said he was opposed to. I decided I won't reveal it to the country today, since I'm on my way to the hospital. Okay? Yeah.
Producer, I think I sent you, let's see, I sent you something that would have happened on the weekend. We're gonna congratulate St. Augustine's College. I think they may have won the, what did they win? St. Augustine's College, the Big Red Machine. I think they won the National High School Track and School Champions. Did you see me send that to you, producer? Whenever you could load it the first place. I want to congratulate my old school on the National High School Championship. They won 5 of the 8 categories. You got it? Anyway, whenever you got it, you can just put it on so we can congratulate them once again. Anyhow. Go ahead, Santa.
Yeah, so Papa did touch on 1 or 2 controversial issues as it relates to the hospital, but I don't want to discuss it yet. Not yet. Let me go into surgery, and should God bring me out of surgery, then I'll talk more about what Papa had to say to me during that period when I stood in his presence. All right? Because I went to see Papa to ask him some questions that I want to row over. But I decided I won't row about it now. All right? Yeah. And plus, Papa didn't want to talk too much in the presence of all of those people. Okay? And I thought it was powerful. Yeah. What else?
So we need a kitchen for the hospital.
Okay.
We gotta do that fast, man.
But the food is being provided.
It's being cooked at the University of Bahamas.
University of Bahamas.
So who has better cooks, the university or the hospital?
I couldn't tell you who have the better cook. All I know is the university food tastes good.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, we could open the lines early.
Really?
Yeah, we can
Go
do that,
ahead
man.
if you wish.
All right, we can open the lines early today. It's just been one of those days. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. And, once again, I have to appeal to the public, once again, about, I know you're all tired of hearing me talk about this, right? But 2 things is a vexing problem on the streets. The use of the roundabout and
Mr. Supervisor,
turning on the red.
Don't bring the topic up, man.
Santa, you don't drive, you see? So you don't know what you have to go through.
Take the half an hour off. I really don't want to hear that topic.
Man, Santa, this is a vexing problem, though.
Find another topic.
What?
I've given you the solution to that. If you think that the Commissioner of Police is not enforcing the law, you go to the Supreme Court and you take out an order against her and the Attorney General.
What about the proper use of the roundabout, though?
My spiritual advisor, man, go to another topic, man.
You don't drive, you see? So you don't have that frustration.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't drive. Let's go to another topic.
323-7775.
Invite people to discuss some issues. I don't want to hear about road traffic over and over. Everybody in Nassau will then start calling you.
Yeah, who messed that up, though?
All right?
They don't have no signs to say turn on red, man.
You know it is Renwood Bells. You know it is Renwood Bells in the F&M. That's how the thing get messed up.
Now you blame it on the F&M.
Renwood Bells got up in the House of Assembly and told the public, whenever you get left, just make sure right is clear, look left again, and go.
But that ain't what the law say.
Don't mind that. Renwood them was above the law. They were the competent authority.
You see what you're doing?
Well, he said it. So let's leave that alone, man. Invite people to call you.
Call the show, please.
On some other issues.
Yeah,
they can call you about on abortion. They can call you about
marital rape.
They can talk about marital rape. They can talk about unemployment. But I don't want to hear road traffic today.
Street to street. Why you so? Street to street 7775 is the number to call. The lines are open 698-0775 and 698-0776. Please call us. We got a couple minutes in the segment, and then we got a whole half hour after this to discuss some issues. So feel free to call us.
Choose some issues, man. You can't be
street to street.
You can talk about agriculture. You can ask them what are their views on agriculture.
Is Bamsey still alive?
Bamsey is doing wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Andres.
Yeah.
It's alive and well.
Alive and well.
We have a call, producer? All right, welcome to Freedom March call. You're live. You're on caller. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. How Special Advisor, how are you?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, Mr. Monk, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, you all jogged my memory about something when you was talking about the University of Bahamas, right?
Yes.
And while I know the school is there to make money, so just to give you a little scenario, and I'm speaking up for the parents who may can't afford this. The university needs to have a gentle reminder, someone needs to give them a gentle reminder that these are college students. And charging college students just to verify that they go to the school $50 to print out a piece of paper to verify that they are full-time students, I think is a bit much.
Oh, yeah,
$10 to $15 to $20 is kind of reasonable. You know, and the fees for these things that they're charging these college students is a bit ridiculous. And then also, I really don't know, and I don't want to disrespect the institution, I don't know how they acquire a university status, but everybody in administration at the University of Bahamas, like they lost. The students are frustrated. I'm trying to get my daughter sorted out right now to transfer to school in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And to get simple printouts, they charge you $50 per printout. Now, while I could afford it as a parent, I'm speaking up for parents who can't easily access these type of funds, and the prices and the price range for these simple things is really ridiculous for a piece of paper. But just want to get your feedback and your thoughts on it.
Have you spoken to Alison Maynard?
Let's speak to Alison Maynard for.
I'm going to suggest that you speak to Alison Maynard and see what she says. Go ahead. Next caller.
Is the University of Bahamas strapped cash? Or cash strapped?
The University of the Bahamas, the government is putting aside $25 million for them.
They need money, obviously.
And the American who's coming, he is a musician, so I'm told he's going to have a lot of concert. He's going to be able to raise money
for the university. We got 2 calls, 3 calls waiting. Welcome to Freedom March call. You're live.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Brother Monk and Supervisor.
Close your car door because the key signal is making noise.
All right, and
yeah, go ahead.
I just calling to let you know for the food by the hospital.
Yeah.
The cooks from there, they by university, so they cooking the food. And baking the bread.
All right, so the hospital really cooking food, they're just using UB facilities?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, caller. All right.
This is Freedom March. No wonder the bread tastes good at UB. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. We'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. It's powerful today.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV.
Enjoy zero-down financing on your next visit to Montague Motors. Our selection of cars come included with license, inspection, and a 3-month warranty. And with our easy 24 hours financing, you will be on the road in up to 48 hours. What makes Montague Motors different? We inspect our cars in Japan, providing you with the best quality purchase. Visit Montague Motors today, number 6 Village Road. Call or check our Facebook page for more information.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and Tanya is on the line. Hello, Tanya.
Good afternoon, Rodney Monker, and good afternoon, spiritual advisor. It's your girl, Tanya, coming to you live from Shop Smart Department Store. Your miracle right here at number 122 Marquis Street, where we say we're here for you for whatever season of your life and for everyday living. Yes, Mr. Monker, we are in the Easter mode, and of course, I want to show you a few pictures of the Easter basket that you can custom make right here at Shop Smart. Let's start with the Peter Rabbit. Not only do we have the Peter Rabbit looking basket, but we've also got the book with the Peter Rabbit tails and all of the characters. We have also got the magnetic 10 play set for Peter Rabbit. We've also got the big puzzle book of Peter Rabbit, and we've got Peter Rabbit. You can hang him on your bag, your backpacks. You can also have the storybook with the Peter Rabbit. All of these items right here at Shop Smart, a custom-made Peter Rabbit basket. We have also got Peeps. Yes, that is the brand Peeps. Whether you want the Peeps basket in blue, pink, or yellow, maybe you want to get the Peeps headband, you want to get the Peeps DIY items, we have got all of those here. We've got the Peeps bubble, we've got the secret eggs in the Peeps. All of these you can put inside of your Peeps Easter basket that you can make by yourself. Just come on into Shop Smart and pick up the items. We have also got here the dinosaur. Yes, you know the little boys love the dinosaur. We have where you could grow your super growing egg dinosaur. Just add some water to it. We've got the dinosaur shaped basket. We've got the frisbees. We've got the bottle. We've got the tattoos. We have got everything dinosaur you need. And then, of course, you know, we've got the baby shark for all of those little ones. We have got the baby shark coloring book. We've got the baby shark Easter baskets, the eggs, baby shark and his parents himself, the coloring items for baby shark. We've got Paw Patrol, everything you need Paw Patrol, whether you want the basket itself, the egg, characters, Paw Patrol, or anything in the Paw Patrol characters or teddy bears. We've got Spider-Man. We've got the Spider-Man basket in the plastic or in the tin. Or if you want a furry Spider-Man, you can come in and get it. We've got all the toys you need to put in the basket. We've got the bubbles. We have all kind of Spider-Man toys just for you. We have also got the frog. Yes, we've got the frog bubble, the frog baskets, all of the toys in the team of Spring and the Frogs. We have also got Minnie and Mickey. We've got the big Minnie and Mickey teddy bear. We have got the Minnie and Mickey Easter baskets that you can make yourself. We've got all of the reading books in Minnie and Mickey and all of the toys to go with it. We've also got your Bluey items. Yes, for all those little kids who love Bluey, you can come into Shop Smart and get those items as well. Remember, Shop Smart is here for you Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience. So just come on in or like and follow us on our social media platforms. That is Shop Smart 242. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We are on TikTok. Mr. Monker, enjoy your day, and we look forward to seeing you all in here to do all of your Easter shopping.
Tanya, thank you, Tanya. If everything goes fine, I'm coming to do my Easter shopping. It's powerful. So, folks, as we move to open the line, I want to draw to your attention that we have received reports that someone has been arrested with over 53 bricks of cocaine into the U.S. That's
253.
253 bricks. And I'm certain that would make President Donald Trump upset, because he has been calling on the Bahamas and the Caribbean to protect the southern borders. So we can't dismiss the fact and think it's a big joke that someone could leave the island of New Providence, head to Florida with cocaine. It is a demonstration that we are not managing the southern boundary. And you are aware that Donald Trump
has begun to cut U.S. aid in Haiti, and I think Marco Rubio has only allowed the Kenyans to have $43 million. So these are issues that we have to follow up. We have to make sure that we are playing the game correctly, because it's a new world order. My spiritual advisor.
We got open lines, or we have another ad?
There's open. Do you have ad?
I don't know. Do I have ad, producer? Okay, so let me read that ad quickly. Sir, are your dogs hungry and tired of low quality food? So give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands: Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, and Ukshu at the lowest prices in town. So on a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting just $49. And for a limited time, if you buy any large bag of dog food, you can get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. Even if you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality, your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry, offer won't last. All right, so we're going to take some calls.
Yes, please.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hi, good day, Brother Munker and Spiritual Advisor.
Good day.
You're live. Go ahead.
Spiritual Advisor, I want to read a quick 2 voice for you, man, with the Bible, if you don't mind.
No, you got to call me on 814-6096.
Man, just right quick, Spiritual Advisor, man. Just ain't...
You got to call me on 814-6096. We'll discuss all religious matters privately.
Okay, I understand. Sorry.
All right.
Well, anyway, Brother Munker, you know what? The Bahamas need to get back to God. I think that's our problem.
Okay.
You know, we need to get back to the Lord and Savior. That's it. That's all I have to say today.
I support you on that.
Thank you. Don't forget to call me now, 814-6096. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller?
Spiritual.
Yes, sir.
You can hear me?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
All right. Senator.
Sir.
God save the king.
And the Negro people.
The hospital. Spiritual advisor, Senator, the hospital is a mess. That is a mess. That place needs to be demolished. And the reason why the kitchen was closed is because I had some friends in there. You know, we eat there. We had some friends in there, but they had sewer pipes leaking. They had everything, rats. They had everything in the kitchen. The problem is that work was supposed to have been done between 6 months to a year, but to date, nothing has been done in that kitchen. Nothing. Wow. Absolutely nothing. That place is a mess.
Wow. That's so unfortunate.
Now, Senator, I want you to reiterate or re-espouse the court ruling that separated world famous from the way forward, and let the nation know who should be instructed by the Registrar General to change their name, please. Please, could you rehash that for the nation, please?
Well, essentially, the faction that is led by Trevor Davis, the court has declared that it has the lawful name, the Valley Boys. The other faction, which is led by Mr. Adderley, the court has found that their name constitute a fraud, a confusion, and that they should discontinue that name and find a name completely independent of any quotation of the word Valley Boys. Got it?
That's in a nutshell.
That's it in a nutshell.
Because what is confusing to people out there, I think that faction over there, the Addy faction, is telling them that the court did not order them to change their name.
Okay. I disagree with Adderley, but leave him alone. He said he's going to appeal. So let's see how his appeal materializes.
If you read the judges, the last page, when the judge told the Registrar General's office saying that the case and the application was dismissed for the Army faction, he instructed the Registrar General to continue on with the status quo, which means they will now tell the Adley faction they have to change their name.
But the Adley faction,
not the judge.
The Adley faction has indicated that they will appeal the matter. So perhaps the status quo will remain as is until such time as the appeal is completed.
Well, they got died. Don't pay him $10. All this get an appeal court, and he done got to pay costs for 7 lawyers.
Yeah.
I don't know how feasible that'll be, but anyway, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, caller. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. All right, welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good day, Mr. Monker.
Sir.
To the nation and to your spiritual advisor.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monker, do you know what is the difference between spirit and spirit?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Well, I put it to you, sir, that you have a spiritual advisor instead of a spiritual advisor because he is politically dishonest. Anytime he tries to slip in any political cheap shots and you correct him and let him know where the problems start, he seems to become very offended, and then he starts asking you why you got to go there. Why did he go there? You understand?
I don't be offended, you know.
You need, but Mr.
I don't know why you're taking it the wrong way.
You need to stop trying to make your government look bad, because you have to understand that as a spiritual advisor, you are supposed to uphold your country. You are supposed to uphold your government before God and not speak so much negative things over your government. You know, the Bible tells you that there's life and death in the power of the tongue. Why do you and Dwayne Sands speak so much that over our country?
Nobody is speaking.
To lead our country.
No, man. Nobody is speaking that over the Bahamas, man. I'm trying to get people to say
every time you all get into this political stuff, you all speak damnation, you all speak death, the government can't do nothing right, the government can't help the people. I mean, I don't understand. So in my humble opinion, there's a difference between spirit and spirit.
So
now you got to decide which one you are.
So let me ask you a question. Are you a Christian?
I am a Christian, yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, I am.
So how come I didn't see...
And you, sir, know I am.
Give me a second. How come I didn't see you on Sunday morning?
How come you didn't see me on Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Because I had something prior engaged, okay? But
so you
what does that have to do with me being a Christian?
You decided you didn't want to, you decided you're not going to come to the Church of Christ on Sunday morning.
Sir, I thank you very much.
So how many times have I been there that you haven't been there, sir?
I thank you very much for your comment.
Anyhow, young man.
Thank you very much, my spiritual advisor. Stop. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March, call your life. What you say, Sandra? I must do what?
Hello.
We have a call.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Hello.
You're live, caller.
Okay, I'm calling from the Golden Isles constituency in regards to some issues we have. There's somebody being paid to keep the Coral Harbor Park clean. And the only thing they must do is mow the lawn. They don't trim the trees. They don't try to break up all the leaves, which is an eyesore.
Where's this?
This Coral Harbor Park.
Coral Harbor Park.
Okay.
Yes, on the Carmichael roadside near the Coral Harbor roundabout.
Who's the MP for that area?
Warren Miller.
Warren Miller.
Why don't you draw it to his attention?
It's been done many times.
And he has not corrected it?
Well, I guess they may do it now, but that's an issue. My second issue is the Bacardi Park.
Okay.
That park was donated by the Bacardi company.
Yes.
And they had that really fixed up nice. Now you have people put makeshift bars there.
Really?
It is an eyesore. It looks bad, and I think as Mr. Miller being the Minister of Environment plus the MP,
yes,
something needs to be done with that. That is just a total eyesore.
Have you drawn it to his attention?
Yes, sir.
I will have a talk with him tonight.
Where's the Bacardi Park?
On Carmichael and Bacardi Road.
Right, just across the street from Bacardi Road, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
I'll have a talk with him tonight.
Okay, my next point is the some property is just given to some cultural festival area.
Yes.
They took and put up the what you call them palace. And it really looked bad to me.
What is palace? What is palace?
To be corrected. So they need to come down and they need to fix something different.
What is palace?
The Carmichael Road area junky and unsightly.
What is palace? What is palace?
Palace. You know the palace that you ship stuff on?
Or pallets.
Palace.
Pallets,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, and where is this property?
The property will be west of Bacardi Road.
Okay.
Next to where they gave the property for full.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right next to that.
Okay.
And who's the MP there?
Same person.
Same person.
Okay, I'll talk to him tonight about the three of them.
Right. And then, Mr. Monta, you had mentioned about giving the Chesterfield, we should give the PLP another term. They didn't say that for the F&M, so the best man will win this election is called.
That is true. The best man shall win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So time will tell.
Yeah, the people will decide that.
I thank you very much, eh?
The PLP can put
too.
the PLP can put in a good argument.
Hello,
as to why.
welcome to Freedom Match.
You didn't hear me talking just now, Rodney?
Hello?
You didn't hear me talking just now?
There's a call on the phone, my spiritual advisor. You heard the man say you just like a spirit, and the two of you are in the same church. Hello, my dear. Hello.
Hello, spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Pardon me?
Yes, I'm here, spiritual advisor.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live, caller.
Okay. I want to find out where I can find the portion in the Bible where you said that Ten Commandments was abolished.
All right. I can send everything to your phone. Take my number. My number is 814-6096. I will send all of the passage that shows you that the Ten Commandments is gone. Listen to me. Listen to me. My number is 814-6096.
Send him a hello, and he will send the information to you.
814-6096. And remember this now, before you hang up. If the Ten Commandments is the old covenant, as a result of Jesus Christ coming on the scene, they are G-O-N-E. Gone.
Next caller, please. He will send it to you. Thank you very much.
814-6096 is my number, okay?
Hello, welcome to Freedom Match. Hello? Is there a caller?
We have any more calls? That fella, that brother's going to be rebuked sharply.
Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
You're live, caller.
Mr. Monta.
Sir.
Yeah, I call him with a fool. What did I say, Bradley? As we talking about with the government. But let me speak the truth. I can speak the truth, and I can speak what I know. Number one, the government like dictate to the people. The government has lied to people, and they steal from the poor people. But God didn't deal with it at all. That's that final.
Thank you so much, caller.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Woodside. God bless you. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How are you? Listen, I just want to follow up for some information with the lady you called earlier about the areas under Mr. Vaughn Miller.
Right.
Two things. Mr. Villa is aware of both of those issues, as a matter of fact, all three of those issues. But just a gentle reminder that all of the complaints as related to the park was sent to the Roads and Park Department, who's actually responsible for that.
Oh.
Then secondly, the Ministry of Works is issuing permits for the people, the persons, to erect those stalls. And that's something that Mr. Miller has been trying to tackle. So while these things are being put up, and then the crown land has been issued by the Prime Minister's office, there's no regulation as to tell these people when they get the crown land what they should put up. You see, so it looks like it's a reflection on the member of parliament for the area, but these things are being approved through different ministries that are being tackled, and it's a burning issue. And where you find that persons are not taking care of their contracts, like the lady mentioned, there is a hotline that the Roads and Park has. And I can assure you the inspectors get on those guys right away. But again, it still falls, the checks and balances falls with the inspectors. Each park has an inspector, All right, and if the inspector is doing their job, then they shouldn't pay the people. But just to let you know, I know personally that the minister is addressing those concerns and trying to tackle it, but there's some technical issues as it relates to that and things of persons having paperwork saying they have the necessary approvals. And I'll hang up and listen.
Okay, thank you so much, caller. We appreciate the information. All right, interesting. 323-7775 is the number to call. If you're trying to reach me, you have to call me after 6. I can't answer my phone on the show, okay? 698-0775, 698-0777. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, spiritual advisor.
How are you, sir?
Very well.
Great.
Honorable leader of the people and
Yes, sir.
Senator Monica.
Sir.
I want to send a belated birthday greeting to my daughter.
Yes.
Happy belated birthday to Natalie Edmond Hill.
All right.
It's coming from all those who love her, but especially from our father, Link here.
Just as powerful.
I went to court and get custody of my daughter at the age of 3.
Okay.
My 20th birthday.
We thank you for remembering your daughter and saluting her, okay?
Love her.
All right.
Okay. All right. So let's continue to talk.
Yeah, go ahead. There's no more call?
There's no more calls.
Really?
Well, no. The producer has to take a little quick break. Yeah. So, yeah, the gentleman was saying that the parks, those parks, fall directly into the Beaches and Parks Authority.
Yeah, so Michael Bonnaby and his team
will be addressing.
Will have to supervise it and ensure that they are doing their job efficiently.
And also, people must recognize, too, that if they have any complaints about roadside issues that needs to be addressed, there are some roadside contracts that are being supervised by Beaches and Parks, and then there's some that are being supervised by the Ministry of Work. So you're going to have to find out who it is and lodge a complaint, because the inspectors are the ones who go and inspect the work to make sure they're done properly before payment is issued to those contractors. So try your best to see if you can find out who's responsible for the work, whether it's Beaches and Parks or the Ministry of Works, and lodge your complaint there respectively. Anyhow, Sandra, we're coming to the end of the show, basically.
Really? What time is it?
It's 5 minutes to 6.
Okay. Well, folks, as my spiritual advisor has announced, we are coming to the end of the show. So we are excited that you have joined us again this week, and we want each and every one of you to be safe. There has been a number of our citizens who have been speeding. In fact, a Negro young man, he was killed in a traffic accident while he was speeding. So you have to slow down and take care of yourself. It's very, very, very important. And of course, there are many issues that has to be dealt with. And if you do see problems in your constituency, it is not inappropriate to complain to your member of parliament, because you might not know which government institution is responsible. So you'll have to complain to your member of parliament until such time as you are directed to the proper ministry and or agency to deal with your problem. So my spiritual advisor, what did you do over the weekend?
Well, let's take another call quickly before we go. Caller, you're the last caller. Go quickly. Go ahead, caller, quickly. Welcome to Freedom March. Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Yes, good afternoon.
You got 30 seconds.
My call, I wanted to direct it to Mr. Monco.
Yes.
Okay. The Chinese on Oral Corner.
Yes.
I think someone called before while I was watching a show concerning that.
Yes.
They give receipt the next day, and from then, I haven't seen them give no more receipts.
Really?
And there's a food store in the old Dorset building.
Yes.
She don't give no receipt, and she don't have prices on stuff. Every time you go to the cash, she price it then.
Is she Chinese?
I said, I can call Mr. Monca's show because I know he can deal with that.
Is she Chinese? Is the
no,
lady?
she's no Chinese.
What is she?
She's a Haitian.
Okay, I will talk to her. I know exactly who that is.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow I shall visit her. That's
Yes,
Haitian Mammy. I'll talk to Haitian Nanny and straighten that. As for the Chinese.
Yes, and the Chinese right on the corner,
Old corner, yeah.
I have to avoid them because there's beach here. So what I will do, I will ask somebody from...
Don't be scared of them, Mr. Monka. Monka, don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of them, Mr. Monka.
No, but I'm going to talk to somebody in price control.
Yes, sir.
To speak to the Chinese, but the Haitians, you leave them to me.
You don't do karate no more.
Huh?
You don't do karate no more.
No. I'm old now.
Yeah.
I used to do karate, but I'm old now. So
don't be scared of them, Mr. Monka.
I shall not. You take good care. Call me tomorrow. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Oh, boy.
God save the King. God save Haitian business people. God save Chinese business people. It's powerful. Tomorrow. Take good care, everybody.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March